往上往下。
往下翻。
Okay. Test, test. One, two, three. Can you hear me, guys? Hey, guys. Hello. Can anyone hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. So our game will be starting at 7:40 UTC plus 8. Yeah. So we are going to start in just a few minutes. Alright guys, welcome to PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016. This is the first PS4 tournament that is held in in PS4. I mean, it is the first World of Tanks tournament that is held in PS4. So, yeah, welcome guys to this first PS4 tournament. We are so proud that you are with us. So we are going to broadcast the first game. It should be 08MS versus RS. It is actually a Chinese team versus a Japanese team. So 08MS is a team from China, and RS is a team from Japan. And I think this RS team should be a very, very professional team, because in the round of 4 we have another RS team called the RSSF. I think it's the sister team of RS, and they are both from Japan as well. So let's go for the first game. It is played on Himmelsdorf. So as we can see over here, the blue team is going, RS is going to go up from the hill, I think. So we can see that line 8 is totally undefended by the blue team. So we can see there is only a light tank defending on the on line 8, doing some scouting, trying to know where their enemy is, and we can see that there are 2 heavy tanks, and there should be another light tank that is going uphill. Maybe they are trying to go for a flank, but we can see that the 2 heavy tanks are going down again. So let me see. We can see that both teams. Let's see the team tank lineup right now. The red team over here has 1 Chaffee, 2 M4s, and 1 Pence of Fear, and 1 KV-1S. We can see that they are running down line 8, going to bust over. And we can see the blue team, they are trying to assemble right now. But the problem is, we can see that there is 1 light tank on the right side of the map. It's on the church. Can he come down in time? Because if he cannot come down in time, it will be a 5 versus 4 scenario over here. Alright. Okay, so they are coming in right now. Okay, they are marching in, and we can see that blue light tank left behind is lacking. But he might be able to come back and surround their back. Okay, so we have a serious fight right here, right? Oh, but that M4 might be dead, but just barely got away. All right, and we can see the blue team over here. This Chaffee is going to surround their back. Oh, the red team does not look very good right now. We can see that Chaffee is going to sneak over there and delete that KV-1S. And there is only 1 M4 left over here. He crushed down a Chaffee, but there is 3 more enemies left, and boom, there he goes. So the first one goes to RS, and we can see they are very professional here. We can see that they know the enemies going to push over line 8, and then they used 1 tank, 1 Chaffee, which is one of the most fastest tank in tier 5, go down through line 9 and go to the back of their flank. So the red team cannot even defend their back, and they've just been sandwiched over there. So yeah, that's right. We can see this is a perfect play by RS, and for 08 MS, well, they did very good. You can see that they know that the enemy only have like maybe 4 tanks over there, and they tried to push in and make it to a 5 versus 4 scenario, but unfortunately we can see that the tanks didn't spread enough. So we can see that most of the tanks were clustered in line 8, so they cannot really help each other in doing the focus fire. I think the best way to do it is like 2 heavy tanks marching through line 8, and the light tanks just flank over to line D. So they can go from D3, D4, and then they can do a surround to decimate the enemy's defense. So maybe let's see the next game. Maybe they will be able to do better in the 3rd place match. Oh, so please remember, we do have a 3rd place match. So after this best of 1, RS is going to march through the finals, but 08 MS is going to play the 3rd place match. So our next game should be RSSF versus the Breaker on Himmelsdorf. Yeah. So see you guys in just a minute. All right, welcome back to PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016. So we are going to go into our next game. It is still in Himmelsdorf. This is the second game of the round of 4. So we have the second team of RS, which is from Japan, and the Breaker. The Breaker is also from Japan. So we do have a lot of Japanese team right here. So we can see that there is actually seven Japanese team in this tournament. We can see that there is RS, the 2 RS teams. T-Box is actually from Japan. We have Takafumi Crusaders from Japan. Unagi, which means eel in Japanese, is from Japan as well. Cats from Japan, and the Breaker is also from Japan. And there are 4 teams from the US, the Red Bull, Rolling Riot, Tankers of Abyss, and Feds. So there is only one Korean team joining this tournament, unfortunately, because the other Korean team has, well, they are not able to participate. Maybe they have some business to do or something. So there is only one team from Korea. It's called the G-Gap. And we have one team from the United Kingdom, ATG, one team from Taiwan, the B2HT, and one team from China, the 08MS, which unfortunately just been defeated by RS on the last game. And thank you, Joseph Wellborn. Thank you for participating in our chat. Unfortunately, we don't really have a replay file for you, but you can watch the YouTube channel again for you know to watch it again for some you know, for some kind of replays. So we are going to wait for the next game to start. Unfortunately, we are not able to control it right now because it is the game master is on the player side. So we will need to wait for it. But now we can see their tank selections. We can see that RS actually chooses 2 heavy tanks, the KV-1S, and 3 light tanks, the Shafi. And okay, now we are going to start. So we can see maybe what they are trying to do is the 2 heavy tanks going to march in from line 8, and the 3 light tanks is trying to go to the D line, like D3, go to G3, and go to D3, and then do a flank from the D line. That might be something interesting to do if the enemy is going to defend the C7 area over there. But if the enemy is going to defend the C3, the A to C, the 1 to 5, the left up, the upper left corner over there, it might be a little bit tricky because that was actually what we call a very defensive way to play to defend the upper left corner. But we are playing the WGL, which is the highest level of our esports tournament. They really develop a very interesting gameplay to defend it up there. All right, now the game has started. On the left side, I mean on the upper north, the blue team, it is the Breaker. So on the south team, the red team, it is the second team of RS. And very interesting, we can see that Breaker actually choose 1 Shafi, 1 M4, 1 Panzerfahr, 1 KV-1S, and 1 Churchill. The Churchill is a very interesting tank. It is long, like all the United Kingdom, the UK tanks, but it really has a very high DPM, which is very good at rushing, at brawl fight. And now we can see the red team over here. They are going up the hill, going up to the castle, and I believe they are going to trying to rush down and do a brawl fight over there. But unfortunately, we can see that Breaker, the Breaker team, they actually have a Shafi defending. Well, it has come, you know, joined the other team, but they did have a light tank guarding line 0, which means they do have a scout over there, and he will know any tanks who is coming down. And once he see that the tank's going to come down, he will just go back, and their team will be defending the upper left corner, just like I said when we start the game. So we can see maybe the red team thinks that maybe we are spotted or something, or I think maybe they see that there was a light tank over there on line 0, so they maybe know that they are spotted. So they are trying to change their positions right now. We can see that the 2 KV-1S, and the KV-1S is equipped by the 122 millimeter gun, which is a derp gun. Sometimes they can like 2-shot a tank, so it is really, really dangerous for the defending team. They really need to take the distance and do some accurate fire, because the 122 millimeter gun is really, really not accurate. So we can see that over here, we can see the Churchill and the Panzerfahr is guarding the A4 area. This is a very, very strong defensive position. Okay, the KV-1S is trying to go down. Oh, the Churchill just turned his turret. That's not very, very good, but the KV-1S, but they don't really have some spotting tanks, a light tank spotting them. Okay, they are rolling down on line 0. Do they know that blue team is defending that area? Alright, they're trying to send the Chaffee to scout first. They really need to know what the defensive position of the blue team is. Or they will, if they just rush in and they don't know where the enemy team's position is, they really will be, sandwiched or flanked by the enemy. It is really, really dangerous. So the Chaffee here, over here, oh, his name is Orahagogo. He's trying to scout out any enemy, because we can see that the 2 light tanks, the 2 Chafees on the south side of the red team, they really want to find a weak spot of the enemy's position and try to break down. But we can see the enemy really has a solid defense, really, really solid defense. Oh, I think they spotted something. We can see the Panzerfahr just fired a long shot over there, but unfortunately he hit nothing. Okay, the 2 Chafees over there is trying to go in from line D, but it has been spotted by the other Chaffee, I think. I think they are spotted or not. Oh, I'm not really sure. But the 2 Chafees over here, they can do a whole lot if the heavy tanks on B8 can distract the enemy. Okay, yeah. I think the two Chaffee has been spotted. The 2 Chaffee has been spotted. Okay, the M4 and the KV-1 is trying to take them down, but the Chaffee know that they are spotted, and they just go back into the alley of line 7. Alright, so this is really, really tricky, because the red team might just rush in and do a brawl fight against the Panzer IV on A4. Okay, but seems that they're not. They are just going to take it one by one, trying to take down the Churchill. But the Churchill is really, really good at side scripting, so it is really hard to break that position. If they don't rush in, I don't think it's really a good idea. Yeah, but it's sometimes really hard, because the Churchill really has a high DPM, and now the KV-1 has been changed their position back into the front. They do really lost their chance to rush in, but the Churchill has down to like 1/3 of his HP. He really cannot just stand there anymore. He really needs to fall back and try to do some support fire, but not tanking too much. Oh, this is brilliant. We see that Chaffee is going to cap the enemy base. But that also means another thing. That means the south side, the guy who is trying to capture the base is all alone, and the red team know it. So now they're sending 2 Chafees back, trying to take down that Chaffee, the blue one. Oh, and they are going to trying to flank that blue one. Oh, but the blue M4 is going to support him, I think. But the problem is the north side. We can see the Panzerfahr on the north side of the blue team has been eliminated, and the north side of the battlefield, I think they are going to do a brawl fight and just rush in, because it is 2 versus 3 right now. But the south side, it is a totally different story, because we can see the M4 using a 10.5 millimeter gun, a 105 millimeter gun, just one-shot the Chaffee on the south side. We can see on the north side, it is. Oh, why don't they just go in and take that K1 down? It is a 3 versus 2 scenario, and they just go south. Oh, that is such a waste of opportunity. They want to try to save the Chaffee on the south side, but it is too late. The 2 tanks on the south, the M4 and the Chaffee just killed that Chaffee on the south, and the red team just didn't take the opportunity to eliminate the 2 tanks on the south side. And we can see the tanks over there, they are totally separated. But the only thing for the blue team, right now is that they have a lesser HP. We can see on the top, the blue team have only 25 HP left, but the red team has 40. But don't forget, the M4 and the Chaffee together on the south side, they can really cap it very fast. So the Churchill right now, I think the best way to do it is to do some support, trying to block the teams that is going to reset the cap right now. But I know it's too late. It's too late for them. All right, so now we have 19 seconds left before the cap is going to finish, but the KV-1S is coming in. I don't think the M4 sees it. The KV-1S equipping the 122mm gun can one-shot the 2 tanks. Can he do it? Oh, and the M4 has been one-shotted. The Chaffee alone cannot. Okay, he's marching in because the KV-1S equipping a 122mm gun has really long reloading time. So the Chaffee take a chance and just rushed in. Oh, and on the north side, the Churchill is taking 1 by 1 with the KV-1S. And the Churchill with the high DPM is able to take down that 1 versus 1 bra fight. And now the blue team really have the advantage. I really think the red team over there, they really didn't. They really wasted the opportunity when they have a 3 versus 2 scenario. If they can eliminate the 2 blue tanks on the north, I think it will be like a 3 versus 1 scenario right now. But now we can see that the Chaffee alone cannot do anything. So what he is trying to do is trying to make it a draw. So at least they think that, okay, we did a mistake. We aren't able to eliminate the blue team. That's all right. We'll just hide there because they cannot cap our team as well. They cannot cap our base as well. So although the red team, the RS team cannot eliminate, they did a wrong tactic over there. They did the wrong decision over there, but they are really experienced. They are really experienced. Okay. So we can see that this game is a draw. So I believe we are going to have an additional game to decide who will win this match and who will go to play the 3rd place match. So let's just take a break and we will go to the next game in just a few minutes. Hey guys, welcome back to the PS4 8-Pack Steel Arena 2016. We are going to have our second game of our round of 4. It is RS, the second team of RS versus the Breaker. Two Japanese teams fighting each other in Himmelsdorf. Alright, so we can see that two of the teams, they really stick to their own tank lineup. We can see that one team has always choose 2 KV-1Ss and 3 Chaffies. This is a very interesting because you need to know that the KV-1S, when they are equipping the 122mm gun, they can one shot, or if it's a low roll, maybe 2 shot a tank. So it is really important to have a fast shooting tank like Chaffee. Because the reason is, if you cannot one-shot a tank, the 3 Chaffies can just go in there and just make the kill. So that is why they do their tank lineup like that. And the other side, it is really interesting as well, because M4, the Panzer Fury H, these 2 tanks also can do a ton of damage using their 105mm gun, using the HE shell. So they can actually defeat the Chaffies when they meet them. So it is really interesting to see that the 2 teams have their strategies. Alright, so we can see that this game, I think the red team just want to go in and take some shots, take some action. The KV-1 is leading the charge, coming up with Churchill and the Panzer Fear and the M4. This is really good, but we can see that there are 2 KV-1Ss hiding behind the debris over there. Okay, the M4 is trying to flank, but we can see that there are 2 light tanks to 2 Chaffies guarding D4 and C3. So the M4 over there cannot really go for a flank. So this defending position is really good right now for red team, but the KV-1S cannot hold on anymore. We can see the HE shell just dismantled that guy. The KV-1S left, the E23344 is left alone, and the red team knows it. They just march in and they are going to focus fire on this KV-1S, I think. Leading charge by the KV-1, it is a really hard tank to penetrate, and he just marched in and dismantled those 2 tanks. Now, the 3 light tanks over there cannot do too much. The Chaffies over here, they can run fast, they can shoot fast, they do have some penetration, but they cannot do a 3 versus 3 right now, especially there are 2 heavy tanks left. What they can do right now, they can try to do some Wolfpack strategies, try to take down those guys alone over here. Oh, and we can see that this Churchill over here didn't do very well, being shot by the Chaffee like 2 times for free. That is not very good. They should stick together, or the 3 Chaffies alone, they can Wolfpack and they can just kill this Churchill. Alright, so the KV-1 and the Panzer Fear, the Chaffies really don't want to engage him, because these 2 tanks can actually one-shot a Chaffee. So, Alright, so one has been taken down, and we can see the Churchill has been taken down. The Churchill really needs to go together with the Panzer Fear and the KV-1. Now there is 2 Chaffies versus the Panzer Fear. This is a really tricky situation right now. Oh, but we can see that these 2 tanks, I think they are not going to use HE shells because they are not equipping the big caliber guns. Alright, the Chaffee is coming in. Wow, the Panzer Fear cannot aim at all. The 2 Chaffies did a really good coordination. The KV-1 is now surrounded. Can the KV-1 take down one? But they can't take down the other. Wow, that was a really good play by the blue teams right here. That is really great. So we can see the RS really did a great job, and they really are a professional team. So we are going to see two teams from RS in the finals. And 08MS from China and the Breaker is going to play the third place match in just a moment. So let's just take a short break and we will be back in just a minute. Hey guys, welcome back to PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016, and we are going to have our third place match. It is the 08MS from China versus the Breaker from Japan. And we see it is a symmetric, nope, sorry. Well, actually, 08MS has 2 M4s, 1 Chaffee, and 1 Panzer and 1 KV-1S, and the Breaker, oops, it seems that one of the, I think they got disconnected or something. Well, okay, no, never mind, we just go down to the second map of this game. It is Mines. Well, actually, it's the first map, so it is the first map of this game, it is Mines. So, I just saw one of the audience just said, hey, can a KV-1 one-shot a Chaffee? Well, let me tell you something. If the KV-1 equips the 85mm, it has no chance to one-shot a Chaffee. But if he equips a 122mm gun, it do have a chance, because the 122mm gun can do 450 damage if it pens, and it has 61 penetration. And then how about the Chaffee? So the Chaffee, the whole armor of the Chaffee is 25.4 in the front, 25.4 on the side, 19mm on the back. The turret is 38 in the front, 25 on the side, 25 on the back. So it does really have a chance to let the HE shell go through Chaffee's armor and one-shot a Chaffee. But that is only in one condition. That means the KV-1 needs to take the 122mm gun. Okay, so back in the game, we can see the red team over here. The 08MS is going to rush into the hills, and the blue team, unfortunately, they have one teammate being disconnected, so it is a 5 versus 4 scenario, and I believe we are going to have a rematch. Is that right? Alright, so we are going to have a rematch. So guys, just take a few moments rest, and we can just, enjoy this massacre over here. Yeah, so let's just talk about more about some statistics about these things. So like the KV-1S and the KV-1, they both have a chance to equip the 122mm gun. It is a choice. So usually
that's how you do it.
Usually the teams will equip a 122mm gun because they do really have a chance to one-shot a Chaffee. And in the past experience, if we play a tier 5 tournament, no matter it is a 3 versus 3, it is a 5 versus 5, Chaffee usually will be inside the game. Why? Because the Chaffee is the fastest tank. It has a very, very good camouflage rating. It has a very, very accurate gun, especially when it's on the move. So it can shoot and run. It has very, very good accuracy, very, very good DPM. So it is actually one of the best tank to choose. So actually, the funny thing is, there was a nerf for the Chaffee. The Chaffee was so good in the past, Wargaming actually just nerfed this tank and bring up the original tier 5 Chaffee into tier 6 and renamed it as, I believe, is T71. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think it's T71. Yeah, it's just so we might need to do a check on this. So we are going to reopen this game. It is Mines, and I believe this time we will have a normal game, 5 versus 5. So we can see the both teams over here. Now we have a 5 versus 5 situation. We have a Chaffee, 2 M4, 1 Panzer, 1 KV-1S on the red team. It is 08MS. On the south side, it is from China. On the north side, it is the Breaker from Japan. They have 1 Chaffee, 1 M4, 1 Panzer, 1 KV-1, and 1 Churchill. So we can see the blue team has actually a heavier lineup. So the red team should take down the hill much more easily because they have a very, very fast tank lineup. They can just go up the hill. The blue team will just be too slow to get up the hill. They will be just like a 2 versus 3 scenario on the hill. if they go up. Okay, the Chappie of the blue team goes up, but now we can see there's 1 versus 1 on the hill. The two medium tanks are no, they aren't falling up. They aren't falling up. It is a 1 versus 1 brawl on the hill. The two the medium tanks are just trying to support on the hill. Oh, the red team's Chaffee just got shot. Oh, that was a turning point. That was really a turning point. Now the blue team has the control of the hill. Now that Chaffee over there, that he can just run down the hill at F7 or F6, and he can just go back to like J6 to that position and help his team to shoot the back of the red team. Now we can see the blue team really have an advantage because we can see that they do have a heavier lineup. The KV-1 over there is trying to tank the damage from the blue team, from the red team, I mean. And the Chaffee is trying to scout every tank and trying to find out a hole to just go down. And we can see the Churchill over there. He really has a decent armor and a very accurate gun with a very high DPM over there. So he's doing some support fire, but unfortunately the M4 has a 105mm HE. Shell just hit him. And we can see now the red team is really lacking behind on the total HP because the blue team has 50%, and now the red team has only back into 1/3. And much more importantly, the blue team have 5 guns in their team, and the red team only have 4. And the KV-1, the heavy tank of their team, the tank that should be tanking the most damage, is now in the one-shot situation. That means no more tanking for that tank. We can see that most of the tanks on the red team is only 1 shot only. Now I think it is in the blue team's tempo. They can really just go in and 1 shot on tank. Oh, a miss. That is so unfortunate. But the M4 picked up that KV-1S. Now the M4 from the red team is in 1-shot situation. The Panzerfahr, I think it's 1 shot as well. The Chaffee on the hill really didn't do much, and unfortunately, I really think he can just go like from F7 and just go around and flank from the right side into the back of the red team. But no matter what, we can see the blue team really did a great job, and they won this 3rd place match. So we have our blue team winning this match, meaning the 3rd place team is 08MS, right? If I'm not wrong. And the 4th place team is the Breaker. So looking at this team, I think the blue team, what the blue team really did right, well, I think what we can say is like this. The turning point of this game is actually the blue team take down the hill. That is the turning point of this game. That is the most critical point of this game. If the red team, which has actually has a lighter lineup, if they can just rush into the hill, we can see the hill will be like a 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 3 scenario because the Panzerfahr might be able just to go up and join their Chaffee to get down the other team's Chaffee, and then they will have the control of the hill. But they didn't. I think maybe they are too scared to rushing up, or they just don't have that experience, that the importance of the center of mines. Because if you got the center of the mines, you not only have the whole control of the hill, you actually have the whole control of the center of the map, and you have the access to like almost all the area of the map. So what the blue team's Chaffee, what he can do actually, the best what he can do is actually go down from the right side of the hill and just sneak down the right side of the whole map and go into the enemy's base, like go into F7. And then he can hide behind a rock and shoot the enemies back, because the enemies are all gathered at I think it's I think it's E5, just below the ramp over there. So I think this game, I think both teams can do better. The red team, they really need to just rush in and take down the hill since they have a lighter lineup. The blue team, they really need to be more active with their light tanks. But light tanks can do very, very much damage if it is mobile. The worst thing that a light tank can do is just stay there and do nothing. That is the worst thing that he can do. So, just run around, use your camouflage, use your speed, use your accuracy, poke here and poke there, like distract the enemy's aim line, distract their fire net, anything. Just don't like staying there and do nothing. That is really the least play that you can do. Alright, so next game is going to be RS versus RS. It's the same team's Civil War. We can see the first team of RS and the second team of RS. Who will be the best RS and who will be the best team in the PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016? Well, we will find out in just a moment. Hey guys, welcome back to PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016. We are going to have our championship right now. It is RS versus RS, the first team of RS versus the second team of RS. Who will be the best RS? We will find out in just a minute. And it's not only RS versus RS. We can see right now the two teams have actually the identical lineup. 2 KV1s versus 3 Chappies. This is going to be a brutal fight. Alright, so we can see that we have a K in our chat room. So what is a K? Well, I believe this person is from Korea. K is actually a sound of laughing. So yeah, just for you to know, it means like LOL in English. Yeah. Just like that. Yeah, just a little bit of some, my miscellaneous knowledges. Alright, so the first game of this best of 3 is going to be on mines. So, one little question. Who is who? So let's see. The red team on the south side of this game is going to be the second team of RS. It's RSSF. And the blue team on the north side is the first team. It is RS. Yep, just for you to know. Alright, so are they going to do the same strategy? We see that the blue team is going right straight up the hill, but the red team seems a bit hesitated. Are they going to go up? I don't think so. Nope, they are not going to go up. Oh, the first Chappie over there is going to be has been taken down, being focus fired by 3 Chappies. The 2 Chappies over there is going to go up. Are you sure it's a 2 versus 3 fight? Oh, and the 2 KV1s are not able to be there to support them. Oh, this is bad. This is bad for the second team of RSSF. Alright, they are going in. They are going to Wolfpack down that. But the 2 KV1s over there, can he do some focus fire? Yes, he did. Really nice focus fire over there. Wow, it is a 1 versus 1 scenario on the middle of the map. And the 2 KV1s. Oh! Wow, the red team really did a good fight. Wow, that is really good coordination. But can they do it? Can they do it? Now the Chappie on the hill. Whoa, wow, that is a very huge hit on that KV1. Alright, we can see now the last tank on the blue team is MK96X, and I don't think there will be a miracle for him. And that is it. The first team has been taken by the second team of RS. It's RSSF. Wow, this game is really a brawl fight. We can see, although the red team wasn't able to have 3 tanks survive, that the 3 Chappies survived on the hill. It was actually a 3 versus 2 fight, but there was a mistake by the blue team. They actually go from the left side of the center hill. So they try to take down the 2 Chappies from the left side of the center here, and that actually give their opponent a chance. The KV1s on the back to fire at them when they try to do a wolf pack on the two surviving Chappies. So what they actually can do is they can actually just go around to the other side. They just go from the right side, so they can actually avoid being shot by the KV1s on beneath the hill. And maybe by that way they will be able to take down those 2 Chappies. Yeah, but who knows? This is how the 2 teams can coordinate. This is really important, that how you coordinate your team. Even though your team is separated, you really need to know your teammate's position, and really need to communicate with your teammate. Like, okay, where we are aiming, what we are going to do next. Are we going to lure them down inside? Are we going to just roll in and crush them? This really needs very good coordination inside the team. And that is how we see the second team, the RSSF, had done it perfectly. So we are going to go to the second game of this match. It is 1 versus 0. 1 point up for RSSF, 0 points for RS. Will RSSF take down the second game and become the best team? Let's find out in just a minute. Alright guys, welcome back to PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016. And we are in the second game of the championship. It is RS versus RSSF, which is the second team of RS. And RSSF is 1 point up versus their main team. Alright, so the PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016 really have a lot of prizes for you guys. So the first place will have a Panzerkampfwagen Funfear, which is 5.6. 5.4. It is actually a Panzerfear turret matching on a Panther hull. So it is actually a hybrid tank, which has a very good mobility and has an accurate gun. And you will also have a garage slot with 7-day premium. So the winner of this matchup will have this prize. Alright, so let's see. The red team on the south side is RSSF, which is 1 team up. The second team of RS. And the blue team on the north is the first team of RS. And I think they are going to have another fight on the hill again. And yes, they are the first tank of the red team again. 1 tank down again. But can they do it? Because I believe the blue team, they really know what they did wrong. And yet, that is correct. You can see the 3 Chaffies are now going to coordinate down the red Chaffies on the hill. Oh, that was a miss shot by, I can't read his name, Saragon Killer X. And he missed his opportunity. Oh, that was too bad. He barely could one-shot Nishiaki 17, but he didn't. So, wow, now it's a 4 versus 4 situation. Who will win? We don't know, and they didn't focus down the... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, they just wasted that 3 versus 2 situation. Now it's 2 versus 1. Oh my goodness, and the heavy tanks over there has been dismantled. Now the only tank left on the blue team is MM Suzu 220. What can he do? They really did have an excellent start. Just killed that first red Chaffee in the first minute of the game, and they didn't use this opportunity. It was a 5 versus 4 opportunity, and they wasted Oh, that was really too bad. Now this guy has been hunted down by 3 tanks. Can he kill the Nishiaki 17? Nope, I think. Well, yes, he did, but there are still 2 tanks over there. Can he do a comeback? Can he do some miracles? We don't know, and I think, well, he's hiding over here. And, yeah. Well, I think what he's trying to do, I believe he's trying to use the mobility and a camouflage of this tank and try to do some sneaky shots. Because this tank is fast enough, and this tank has a better camouflage. And you must know, the KV-1 has really, really bad viewing range. So what this Chaffee can do is like this, hide behind tank, do a harassment shot, and just go away. So just run, just like that. And after he just bumped into the rock. I don't think that's it's a very good play. All right, so what he's trying to do is he needs to take some distance, and just like that, do some harassment shots. 1 shot. Okay, you see the tanks are moving. Do another shot. The tanks are still moving. That means that they don't have accuracy right now. And 3 shots. Oh wow, 4 shots. All right, it's 3344 is trying to aim him. Can he connect? Nope, he's running down again, and he's hiding behind the rocks. They are trying to force the Chaffee to close in, because if we take the distance, the Chaffee has good accuracy, they have good camouflage. The KV-1 can't do that much. Especially, I think the KV-1 is using the 122mm gun, I think. Alright, so no matter what, the 2 tanks are just going in, trying to cap, and what the Chaffee needs to do is to take down Katsu 55. If he can take down that guy, he does have a chance. But I think, yep, he doesn't have a chance, because it's too hard. It's too hard. All right, so another win for RSSF. This is just brilliant. We can see RS took down 1 tank from RSSF, the second team of RS in the front of the game, in the first minute of the game, and they just can't take that opportunity. They just miss this opportunity. They do some missed shots, they do some mistakes, and they lose their 2 KV-1s at the hill, and they didn't take the opportunity to take down that 2 Chafees when they have 3. And that is the whole story. That is really the whole story. So we can just roll up this tournament. So the first place team is RSSF. The second team of RS, they will get a Panzerkampfwagen von 4, a slot with 7 days of premium. The second place will go to RS. They will have Su-85I, a garage slot with 3 days of premium. The third place goes to the Breaker, another Japanese team. They will have Panzerkampfwagen T-25, which is a very meaty tank designed by the Skoda company, and they will have a garage slot as well. And the fourth place goes to 08MS from China, and they will get a Type 3 Chinukai with 1 slot. Alright, so now that's all for our tournament, the PS4 Apex Steel Arena 2016. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and you guys been so epic to watch this first tournament, the first tournament ever in World of Tanks on PS4. You guys been so epic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Escaper Alpha. Thank you guys for participating in, and we will see you next time. Alright, signing out, and let's battle.